Yeah, Congo.
Amy,
Congo.
take TJ to jungle.
Where you
Amy,
are
love
the endangered
TJ.
species.
Amy, have banana.
Yeah.
Amy, put banana in TJ butthole.
What a terrible movie.
Amy, tear off TJ tiny penis. Amy,
Useless.
eat TJ tiny penis.
The fuck, bro? I feel like a lot of weird stuff's coming up through this Amy shit, but whatever.
Amy.
That's what happened in the movie, TJ.
That's what
I don't
happened.
think yeah, so we fucking have seen Congo, bro. That's all we're just quoting the movie.
Congo had one of the best
movie.
taglines fucking ever, but it sucked as a movie.
Congo, where you are the endangered species.
The end of that movie is also completely and utterly stupid.
Dude, that movie, when I fucking found out what, because they kind of kept it a mystery, you know, in the trailers and stuff, like what the monsters were, and then I found out it's a bunch of dumbass fucking white gorillas
it's like
that live in a
white
temple or some shit.
That's all it is, dude. It's so dumb.
They're evil gorillas.
And somehow they need like some laser shit to fight the gorillas somehow. I don't even know why that makes any sense. Oh, because there's a satellite uplink or some crap.
Yeah, they start lasering them.
Like guns would work.
Laser gorilla.
Bad gorillas. Bad.
You're a bad gorilla.
I noticed a very different approach to this assignment from everybody.
What assignment? What do you mean?
Of just bringing the movie thunder.
Oh, how so?
Well, so Paul, you have basically a document that's just like bullet points of fact that you're just planning to talk around.
Yeah.
And I have like a little document that's just like how the movies were received, and then everything else is just pictures from shit that I liked in the movie that I'm just like want to talk about.
Dude, mine is like a tome.
And then Scotty brought a fucking book. Scotty brought like,
well, you know how I am, dude. I love to research
the cinematic nature of reality by Scott Kerr.
Well, you know how I am. I like my research, dude.
Exploring the themes and dynamics of cinema.
Jesus Christ, it's literally 25 pages long. There's no fucking way, dude.
I mean, look, we don't get through all of it.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly never intend that to all be used. It's just that there's different things that I always want to make sure, like, there's key points in it clearly.
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying it's a very different approach from everybody.
Well, I'm super research heavy. I like to know as much as I can about the films, and I always end up using it from the document, but it's just interesting to learn as much as you can.
True. And
there's also things you can just impart to people. So, like, you guys will have a question. Well, maybe I'll be able to answer that question because I researched the film so much.
Did I find my missing sauce box? Yeah, sort of. What is jiggling? Oh, it's your fucking mic against the desk. Pull it a little off the desk because every time you fucking jiggle the mic, it's like brum, 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 brum.
I would hope so.
That's because it's hitting the table. TJ, pop a titty out. All right, here you go. There you go.
Jesus. Just like that?
I mean, they didn't give you no money, TJ. What the hell?
Whatever.
What the fuck was that?
This is me fucking fulfilling the request of Blaze Tie.
Oh, are you beholden to them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Blaze Tie is my master.
I did not realize you were so beholden to them.
TJ is easy. True.
Yeah.
For free? Yep. For free.
So just because we're live in front of the audience and stuff, and this part will stay up so people can see it later if they watch it. I'm doing a little fucking debate, I guess, tomorrow with a dude that hates my guts.
Yeah.
Who hates
yeah. A guy named Alchemist Soil. He makes videos about basically mostly about me and TJ and how we suck ass, but mostly about me.
Yeah, I would say about 90% you.
Yeah. TJ catches some strays, but
I get the
he's very much angry with me and my opinions on things. And so he's going to
you know what I don't get about dudes like that?
What?
You know, I mean, no offense to him or whatever. I mean, whatever. He tries to offend us all the time.
Fuck
so.
him. I don't give a shit.
But
about
really,
him.
genuinely though, no offense to him, but like, I just don't understand what you get out of being like,
Listen up, everybody. You know that fucking podcast of stoner retards that barely know what they're talking about and admit that?
Yeah.
I'm smarter. It's like, okay. So
How did
Yeah.
you feel about Scotty? Well, I'm sure it's guilt by association. Just I'm a retard too. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck about him.
I do. I
Say it
love
to my
him.
face, bitch.
Obviously, Alien is the best, no question. Best movie, no question. Alien or Aliens? Paul thinks Aliens.
Alien.
I love them both. I love them both.
Which one do you think is better, Alien or Aliens, guy?
What's
your favorite?
Well, I'm thinking about. Well, in my mind, I'm thinking both of the director's cuts of them.
Okay.
I would just say because it has slightly more going on in the story and some better special effects. So I feel like I would say Aliens
That's
is
true. Phoebe hosting.
I'd say Aliens is slightly better than Alien, but I think
Cool.
it's but in my mind it's very, very close personally.
Yeah, bro.
Yep. So go subscribe to Phoebe's channel because that's where it'll be. I'm not streaming it. 'Cause I want Phoebe to
make super chats.
Super chats.
well, that and she's gonna moderate for me. So moderate, and by moderate I mean jump in and save me if I'm truly getting my ass spanked. You know what I mean?
What I think Paul means is
exactly.
I have several erudite points against you, Mr. Ego. Here I begin point one. Oh shit! Wait, moderator.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Remember the episode of South Park where Cartman kept fucking saying that line? That was fucking. What episode was that? I'm banned on main DFF chat, but maybe Mod can throw my link over there. What?
Why are you banned?
I don't-
over here?
What? Yeah, I don't know how did you get banned? I don't know.
Wild.
That's fucking crazy.
I love TJ since 2011.
I'm doing what I call a TJ style moderation.
So just sit back and fucking
Well, you definitely
rake
need
in money,
Collect
while
the
we
money. Yeah,
you
yeah.
gather at each other.
Well, you definitely. I mean, even with the one with Paul, who was the other person? I don't remember the name. But it was like it was the one you hosted. It was like TJ did interrupt at points, and
Well,
he did
yeah.
say like let someone let them finish. But I mean, but you didn't. You weren't a super interference, but you do need a mod. If you're actually gonna have a debate, you do need a moderator because some people won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, some people won't just like you gotta give everyone their fucking time to say their bullshit. You know what I mean? So why do you want to debate him, Paul?
I don't
You
really.
don't?
I mean, I think it'll be fun to talk to the dude, but like as far as the debate, like my whole thing is like I just open forum because like there's a huge dearth of like there's a huge difference in what he knows about me versus what I know about him. Like
Sure.
he's got a giant channel dedicated to me. I've skimmed a few of those videos and stuff, and that's what I know about him. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt like I'd let him bring up whatever he wants to bring up, and I'll answer any questions he's got. So it's more like that. It's like this dude's got a hate boner a mile thick for me.
a mile long, a mile thick. That's big.
Okay, a mile long and a mile thick. You know what I mean? It's like an oak. You know,
Strange that it's just around you though, Paul. I just don't get that. It's like, and it's no insult to us. I mean, or anybody else. It's not like you're like if you were a Joe Rogan figure, you had like 20 million people listening to you. I can understand the hate boners, but it's like,
well, I mean, it's a
had that
valid
influence, but
it's a valid content strategy, right, dude? Sees us as people that interact with their fan base probably a little more than like the bigger people do.
Sure.
Dude picks one of the most easily butthurt, salty members of that crew and mercilessly attacks him for months.
Okay, so this is like months ongoing of you being just attacked.
Yeah, about 5. It's been half a year. Somebody went and looked at his channel. It was created, I think, 5 months ago, and it's dozens of videos about Paul's ego.
How can anyone dislike the lovable cuddlebug that is Paul?
Or you said that Paul is, but I think that is Paul is better. So I'm gonna change it.
I mean, damn, dude. 6 months of just that's like Brett Keane level shit, dude.
Snuggly wuggly.
I mean, it really
Paul.
is. Another person was, I'm not Brett Keane, probably. You know, I'm not saying you were that is Brett Keane, but that's like a Brett Keane like strategy. Just make
Well,
the
if you
same
can
video
believe
over
it,
and over again.
if you can believe it, one of the
for Scotty.
if you could believe it, one of the contentions that he has with me is that I am Brett Keane.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a predictable thing to do because it's just so easy. Oh, well, you look at first, you were the one that recognized Brett Keane for what he was, but you don't realize what you become. You become
It's a
what you
pleasing-
are.
What have I become?
You become the
It's a pleasing narrative, but at least you're not Brett Keane still applies to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry.
At least you are Brett Keane.
Well, there's just, I mean, there's a chasm of difference. It's like, like, even if you think Paul is wrong about shit, I don't see Paul just like making shit up every time he speaks about people.
yes, he does.
Well, I don't see Paul out there making like false accusations, which is a Brett Keane thing. It's like Paul's not going, okay, he's gonna, what's the guy's name? Alchemist Soul. It's not you're going out there and be like, well, he's actually a pedophile and he actually dated a 13-year-old and he went to Afghanistan and joined the Taliban and killed people there. It's like Paul's not doing that. He's not like, which he easily could. He could easily just make a bunch of shit about this guy. He said, you really know anything about him.
I don't do that to people, period, in general, as a rule. Like, that's just not how I go at a person. Unless it's proven that they're a fucking pedo or something.
In the narrative, how are you Brett Keane in the narrative? Just because, like, you're not as successful as
yeah. I'm not as successful as I used to be, and I'm a has-been, and I don't know exactly. Maybe that's one of the questions I'll ask him is, how does the direct comparison between me and Brett Keane work in that little circle?
Yeah, I'd be fascinated to hear it. I mean,
it is what it is, though, yeah.
But I mean, generally, these people, I feel like, just have a very false impression of most of these people that when they kind of make this content, it's just because they basically cherry pick what they think is going to make you look the worst. And they try to present a narrative of like, well, you're just a terrible human being, you're a piece of shit, you know, whatever.
I mean,
I don't know what his like. I'm assuming it's probably a political disagreement because a lot.
He's like a lib.
Okay, that's so it's basically you've ruined America, your politics of, you know, oh, Paul's an obstructionist or Paul's apathetic or whatever, when you're not apathetic at all. You just don't agree with the mainstream line. If you're apathetic, you should never talk about it.
Right.
You know? But it's kind of fascinating to see these kind of characters pop up. And of course, they're trying to build clout for themselves, you know, naturally.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's one of those things, like, I'm trying to go into it kind of open-minded towards the dude, because I do say a lot of contentious ass shit.
Sure. I mean, I'm always any denying that. I mean,
you know what I mean? I just feel like, well, yeah, that's what Paul's ego's there for. You know what I mean? I don't know why it's shocking to him that I say contentious things.
Have any of you seen Andor? I know it's a TV show close to the original Star Wars. It's scary how relevant it is this year. I've not watched that. I'm kind of, Star Wars is just dead to me, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really watching the series, really.
I just have no interest in any new Star Wars shit. I'm tired of the universe. I feel like it's been running to the ground. It would take something fucking extraordinary to get me back into that.
Yeah, like a complete and utter reboot with some director that I believed in and a new movie studio that didn't have Disney attached to it, which is never going to happen because Disney is never letting go of that.
I mean, Disney, if Disney pulled its head out of its ass and started making shit that was worth fucking watching again, but like, it's run by people who don't love movies; they just love money. And that's just it's always
that's a big problem with Disney right now.
That is true, but it's run by people who don't love movies. They love making theme parks about movies.
Yeah, or toys,
to make money.
Or
I'll be honest with you,
toy lines,
even Disney's theme parks, dude. I mean, I'm not saying they're not popular and shit still, but like, a lot of people I know that love going to those places, they don't fucking like going there anymore. It's like, this is a nickel and dime shit. This is just way too fucking expensive.
Well, from what I've heard,
they've been a bunch of greedy fucking pieces of shit.
I mean, and it's always kind of been that way, but it's just really bad.
Yeah, now. I mean, I don't mind a little fucking greed. I mean, you got to make money, whatever. It's corporate America, economos, fucking all that shit.
Yeah, feed economos, right?
But like, man, it comes a point where it goes too fucking far.
Well, like,
Disney's taking it there.
I remember they had this fast pass system. It's like, okay, you get a fast pass, you get like 3, you get like, you know, you just go up to a machine, you get a little we'll take and you come back. And then it's like, okay, now you have to do it online, but you get 3 a day. And now they have like Genie. It's like pay for front of the line access.
Give me one thick booty Sith Lord, and obviously. If there was like some kind of fucking Darth Thickus or some shit, I'd be fucking back.
I haven't been to the new land or whatever it is called Galaxy's Edge, I think, or whatever. So I can't really speak to it, but from what I've seen, because I've looked at the little tour of it. I still like Star Wars, I want to check out what's over there and shit. So I watched some little tours of it and stuff, and it looks like something that would be super cool to see like one time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have the appeal to me that like other lands at Disneyland do, right? Where it's like, man, I'd really like to go back because I'm that kind of dork, right? I know Disneyland way better than the Magic Kingdom and all of that, right?
Sure.
I'm more of a West Coasty, with my experience with it. But
I want to respond to this person really quick. Isn't Blood Meridian considered like unfilmable? Like,
it is.
It's
people were, that dude asked that. I think that might have been the same dude. Either that or it's just eerie that this book keeps coming up. But yeah, Blood Meridian is not doable as a movie.
Yeah,
and it's not just because it's insanely depressing and insanely explicit,
violent.
It's just
brutal.
It's just because narratively it's so broken and so insanely hard to film and scope that it just can't be done, right? And it won't be done. It would be cool. I mean, maybe once AI can make some weird, disjointed, unwatchable film about Blood Meridian, but as far as the book experience being translated into movie form, it ain't happening.
I've never read Blood Meridian, so I don't know, but I know Cormac McCarthy is it got a very unconventional style. So what about as a show? I mean, I think the point is that it just can't be represented visually or cinematically.
It's like, a fever dream. It's been quite a few years since I read Blood Meridian, and it's a fever dream of a book.
Right, and that's kind of hard to depict. I mean, maybe someone could do it. I don't know, but like it would take someone of fucking insane talent. I don't know.
Right.
Now
it has a character named Judge Holden in it that shows up in a lot of memes and people reference a lot.
I know about that character because I've watched some of these lists of like the darkest fucking villains in literature and shit. He's constantly on those.
Mm-hmm. But it's not enough. His character. That's why people want to see a movie, because they want to see Judge Holden, right? And maybe they could make a Judge Holden movie, but it's really going to just like rape the source material.
Yeah,
Judge Holden is not enough to hold a cinematic piece together. And that's why most of the time when somebody asks about Blood Meridian and goes like, what do you guys think about a movie about Blood Meridian? What they're really saying is, what do you think about a cinematic depiction of Judge Holden? Which is a different thing than what do you think about Blood Meridian as a movie?
James Franco tried to make Blood Meridian movie for years, but it was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there have been multiple attempts. To be honest, none of these directors are faithful to source these days. I've become jaded over adaptations. I honestly feel like maybe they shouldn't be. Like, I feel like you either need to be super close to the source material, or you just need to be like, I'm just using this as inspiration and going my own fucking way. Like one of the movies we're going to be talking about today, of course, because Scotty fucking jerks off to the damn lava bugs, is Starship Troopers. And that's a fucking book.
Oh, I mean,
book to movie adaptation that's just like basically.
I mean, Paul Verhoeven said like this.
Paul Verhoeven looked at the book, like the cover, and like skimmed through a page or two, and I get it.
He famously didn't finish the book, and it's like, let's hollow this thing out and just make the movie we want to make.
Right.
Or Kubrick with The Shining. I mean, took the basic plot elements, but basically changed the entire flavor of the thing.
And sometimes it can be brilliant, and sometimes it's terrible.
Since Jennifer Lopez is in the thumbnail, how do you guys rate The Cell? Well, it's in a fucking episode called Best Movie of All Time, so you know that at least one of us has profound.
Here's the way. That's a weird one. I threw The Cell on the list as a oopsie, we need to fill more time movie.
Yeah,
but it's on the list. Like, listen, anybody that thought that this list was actually going to be the best movies ever, kind of doesn't understand the point, I think. But like, I'm not claiming that the movies that I picked are the best ever. I don't even know that you could quantify what the best movie ever is. But we're going to talk about movies that excite us, right? Personally, that's the idea. These are movies that I like talking about.
I mean, The
I
Cell
love
is a fucking feast for the damn eyes.
The best.
I mean, it
here's the
feels
thing
like
about The Cell. I
there's
feel like
something-
I'm ripping the Band-Aid off The Cell, but I'll just tell you, like, The Cell is 2 movies in one.
Mhm.
It is the movie that provides the skeletal structure for the hallucinatory dream segments, and it's the dream segments, right? It's those
But
two
The Cell
things.
is- that's the good part about The Cell.
That is.
There is far too much of the skeletal structure, and pretty much everything about the non-dream segments sucks royal ass.
Yeah. Well, I
Unwatchably
mean,
so.
I don't know if I would go so far as to say unwatchably so, but it's very
Oh,
rote.
it's bad. No, it's just well, that's why it's unwatchable to me, because you've seen it a billion
You've
times.
seen it 12 million times. It's the same
it's
fucking characters
unwatchable.
you've seen a million times.
But in these all too short and all too infrequent moments in the movie, I'd say about 25% of the actual movie runtime is spent in the dream world. Those scenes are some of the most compelling scenes in cinematic history. So it's like, it's this huge bombastic work of art for about 25% of the movie, and this rote, unwatchable, boring shit that you've seen muckraked a million times for about 75% of the movie.
yeah. So there's a very disjointed nature there.
Yes.
It still amazes me that Peter Jackson took the biggest gamble in Hollywood history and was able to. I mean, yeah, giving Peter Jackson $300 million to make Lord of the Rings was probably a massive gamble, but just when I mean, there's times those gambles completely and utterly pay off.
I knew a dude who was a like an editor, and he did not edit on a Peter Jackson movie, but he was working on a project that Peter Jackson had some tertiary
Like he was
involvement with.
producing it or something.
Well, I was that close to putting a Peter Jackson movie on the list tonight, because there's a Peter Jackson movie that I just endlessly love to discuss.
Yeah, and his Aguirre, the Wrath of God, is the greatest movie of all time or problematic. Can it be both?
Have you seen it?
I have not.
I have not seen it.
That's one of
I
the
have.
that's one of the Klaus Kinski ones, isn't it?
That's a Klaus Kinski movie, yes. Aguirre, The Wrath of God is another fever dream film with only the loosest of narratives tying it together, and it is an expose of Klaus Kinski. If you love Klaus Kinski and the chaos that he brings to a role, it's one of the best movies ever made. If you think Klaus Kinski is kind of an attention seeker and you wish he would sink into the role and sink into the background and become part of an overarching film, it's one of the worst movies ever made.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much every Klaus Kinski movie.
maybe she's the worst
maybe-
movies ever. I don't know.
Worst movie.
Well, I mean, like that, there's no difference between those two things to me. A movie that moves you passionately to hate it is one of the best movies ever.
I have always said that I would rather, and I've said this, I think the most recent time that I felt it was when I saw with you guys Bill Maher's epic masterpiece,
Oh God.
Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death.
Yeah,
And I'm watching it and I'm like,
brilliant.
fuck this movie. Because you know what? Not fuck it because it's so bad, but fuck it because it's so middle of the fucking road. It wants to act like it's going to be this fucking so bad it's good B movie, but it's just fucking, it's just boring trash. You know? And I hate that middle of the road shit. It's why the fucking scenes are unwatchable in The Cell that you described. It's not because they're so terribly done. It's because they're so fucking generic.
So road. There's just nothing interesting about them.
And that to me is the worst. The worst movies of all time are the ones that I couldn't even be fucking fucked to talk about. You know, like shit that I just watch and it feels like I just watched nothing. I would rather a movie fucking piss me off or be like audaciously stupid.
Right.
Like that fucking movie, the Entrapment or Trap or whatever the fuck it was, the Shyamalan movie.
Oh, Trap.
Trap, yeah. That movie is the most audaciously stupid movie I've ever seen. And the thing I love about that movie is you can tell by watching it that M. Night Shyamalan is literally insane.
Yeah.
Like you just tell he literally is disconnected from reality to the point where even the things that he thinks make sense do not make sense.
Yeah.
The way that he thinks the world works is so out of tune with how it actually does that it's like, wow, I'm looking into the mind of a madman. But he's still a competent filmmaker on so many technical levels that's like, I'm watching a movie from some kind of crazy alternate universe. And that to me is a fucking fascinating sort of bad movie. But I don't really consider it bad because I fucking enjoyed the thing. Maybe not for the reasons he intended.
I mean, yeah, they're competently made films, but the way he approaches the characters and the scenarios he sets up, I mean, they're, I mean, look, obviously, suspension of disbelief, but they're quite implausible, especially a trap. Especially that one.
Creepshow 1 is great. Creepshow 2 is great. Creepshow 3
This is why the episode or the whatever it is, the mega show we're doing is called Best Movies Ever. Right?
I'm not allowed to talk. Sorry.
The best movies ever because, right? Best, sometimes worst is best in my estimation, right? I can endlessly talk about a bad movie, but sometimes a really good movie, all I can say about it is, wow, it's shot well and it's pretty. You know what I mean?
That was a brilliant scene. Did you see M. Night's fake documentary on the Sci-Fi Channel in 2000s where he literally painted himself as a messiah with premonitions? No, but that's fine.
Doesn't surprise me.
Dude, I don't know what this weird insistence is that I don't know if it's always been there or if it's only come about recently, but I hate it. This idea that people want great artists to be sane. Like, I don't get that. Like, you cannot, there's no such thing as a fucking sane artist. Like, they have to be crazy. A sane, normal person cannot make great art. All they can do is make fucking the standard issue. And then this save the cat. 25% of the way into the film, we introduce a mentor character. And blah, 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 blah. Like, fuck off with that shit. You need a crazy motherfucker, unhinged, that sees the world through a radically different lens than everyone else, because that's how you get a unique fucking perspective.
I don't know. This has a tendency to want to send me off into a fucking spiraling rant, but I genuinely believe that the world, maybe it always has been, but I think that it has become over the last 20 years or so an almost artless place. I think that people's awareness of art and appreciation from art has so many barriers between it and the person now that it's almost impossible to find a group of human beings. Oh my God, dude.
God,
all right,
you're
never
so
mind.
fucking retarded. Boo! Boo! Sorry, Paul. I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. I think, well, whatever. We'll talk about it, I guess, off the fucking thing. But never mind.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
Don't fucking give up. Never mind, dude. I'm off track now. Fuck it. You talk to that fucking idiot from the chat.
No, I just wanted to boo him.
It was more important than whatever the point was that we were trying to talk about. You said everything that needed to be said about artists being insane, and there was no more meat on that bone. The chat needed to be browsed. Here you go. Yeah, here you go.
All the best people are crazy. People are, yes.
Yeah, they do. Let's just read the chat. No, I don't necessarily hate the chat. I hate when I'm in the middle of trying to make a statement and all of a sudden the chat starts getting blurted in my face and I have to pause and somehow find where I was. I try not to do that to other people, but TJ does it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
To Scotty, he does it to me. It's like when we're talking, we're not really talking. TJ's using the time that we're talking to browse the chat and find the next thing TJ's gonna say.
I mean, it's not what I'm going to say. It's giving the fucking audience a fucking voice in the goddamn show. You fucking
right. But could you do it?
You can't hold your fucking thought for 2 fucking seconds while I read some retarded comment.
All right. I tell you what. The next time you're in the middle of a thought, I'll not listen to you and peruse the chat.
I was listening. You were saying that you believe that we live in an artless age. I told you, go ahead.
Apropos of nothing.
Interrupting, but that guy was a fucking retard that pissed me off.
Apropos of nothing. Right? It wasn't like
it was responding directly to what I had just said.
Then okay, so you asked me, you can't hold your thought for 30 seconds? You can't hold your thought for 30 seconds?
Not when I'm pissed off at some motherfucker in the chat.
There we go. That's the problem, right? That's the problem. But it is what it is, TJ. Floor is yours, bud.
Your new look, your art, Paul. TJ, you like me? I don't even know who the fuck you are. All right, well, I guess I'll just fucking go on Paul's rant since he won't fucking do it. We live in an artless age, god damn it. Nobody fucking respects art no more. Everybody wants fucking mass conformity to the fucking nth degree. Everything has become rote. Everything has become fucking just another fucking product begging for your fat ass dirty dollar. And it's all fucking trash. And no one fucking gives a shit about anything connecting with the human soul anymore.
No. I mean, that's not really where I was going, but that's a good rant.
That's my best guess based on the prompt I was given. So...
Well, based on the 2 syllables, based on the 2 syllables you listened to before you started browsing the chat, looking for something else to think about.
My mind, I'm always on the fucking chat. What are you talking about?
I know you are.
They're never.
I'm aware.
Fucking chat.
It's kind of hard to be a co-host on a show that has 182 different fucking hosts that can blurt out at any time through you. Right? It's cool to highlight the chat. I do it. Also, here's what I do. If I have something that I want to respond to and you're on a rant or Scotty's on a rant, I do this. And I wait. And when the moment comes, right? I go, hey, King Empath.
Well, I can't help it if some motherfucker in the chat gets my goat. I gotta get it out.
Get your goat, put it up. Because that usually happens too to me. If I'm looking at the chat and I see some shit, pisses me off, right? Mm-hmm. I put it up on the screen and I let Scotty finish his thought because I know how hard it is when you're in the middle of a conscious stream of thought to pause it, have TJ go off on a 1.5 minute yelling spree, and then get right back where you were.
I literally just said, fuck you, boo. Like it was like 2 seconds.
Okay, whatever it is. I know how hard it is sometimes when you're having a stream of consciousness thought. Mm-hmm. When somebody just goes, right? I know how hard it is. So I put a thing up and I wait. And when you're done and I feel like I've got a chance to jump in, I go like, you know what, fuckhead? You're an idiot. Unreal. Does that not make more sense than just blurting out in the middle of everybody else's shit? I just sat and listened to you go on for a minute when you said I had a whole response to what you said, right?
Yeah.
And you couldn't sit still I wasn't on like an epic 20-minute rant. I literally was like 20 seconds into trying to get a thought out. And you couldn't sit still for that amount of time, put the fucking chat in the background here, and wait till I was finished a thought. It had to come out right there, right? And it's happened over and over and over again.
Paul's right. TJ does it all the time.
I know.
So fucking what? Live with it then. You've been with me for fucking goddamn 70 years at this point.
Yeah.
Don't cry about that shit. You do shit irritates me too. I don't feel the need to fucking goddamn vent that shit.
I understand the game and how it's played. So now that I'm irritated by something that you do all the time, you feel the need to give an irritation about me.
I don't even want to. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't have nothing. I'm just saying.
If I'm fucking up your flow on the show, right? Whatever it may be, do you want me to say something about it? Or do you not want me, or would you say something to me about it? Like if you had something that you were trying to get a fucking thought out, you're in the middle of it, and I'm just like, I'm off on planet Zordon, right? and it happens over and over and over and over and over and over, are you not gonna you think that's not a
Yeah, I might
an
fucking
issue?
snap at some point, and then we'll just have a fucking argument about it. And
Well,
then
there we
we'll
go.
fucking
So
10
this
minutes
is
or
me.
so.
Well, that's the explanation.
This is me snapping
Mhm.
and getting sick of dumb chat shit, like blurted out over the middle of the host of the show. Put it in the background, bring the dumb, retarded, half-assed chat shit up, get mad at somebody who didn't agree with you right after I'm done with my thought. That's what I try and do for you.
You think that's too much to ask, TJ?
This is the chat show now.
Oh my god.
Scotty ain't never put
We dumb, it's true.
Scotty ain't never like throwing the chat out in the middle of a Paul rant and going and expecting me to go like and another thing. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense. It's not how human beings work. That is how your attention span works, but it doesn't work for a show.
I definitely think it's better to give. I mean, like obviously there's going to be some interruption during shows. That's
fine.
unavoidable. That's unavoidable. But I get your point. I mean, TJ does have a tendency to just interrupt, and it is difficult. I mean, I think it doesn't bother me as much because he's my brother, and I've had to live with it for the last fucking 37 years. So I pretty much just know, like, if TJ,
I've had to live with it for the last. I've had to live with it for the last decade, so I'm not.
No, I know.
completely
Look,
uninitiated.
I'm not saying you can't bitch about it, dude, because I'm right there with you. TJ, it's an irritant I have of TJ as a person, as outside of the show.
TJ, read this as an interruption.
Yeah, see, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
did it.
It's like TJ will do that to you because he won't pay attention to what you're saying. And
I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't even mind if TJ interrupted because it was a super chat or some shit, but it was just some gloid from the chat. TJ wasn't listening to a word I was saying because he was
goddamn said because he was fucking saying. All I said was that you can't fucking expect artists to be saying. He's like, that is untrue. Not all artists have mental illness. And I'm like, what a fucking. I mean, it's just a retarded goddamn comment.
And obviously it is, but if someone's
it's still a retarded comment, and you just responded to it minutes later. You see what I'm saying?
Logos are too flat and soulless. Logos?
Logo? Okay.
What?
I don't really get that.
Apropos of what, motherfucker?
I don't like logos.
Yeah, you interrupting the flow, Paul. How about that?
I know.
Well,
yeah,
I had
shit.
to.
But that's the point.
To.
That's the point. The point Paul's trying to make to you by doing it during the show is
well, what's worse, my little fucking momentary 2-second interruption or Paul's fucking 10-minute diversion of this shit?
Because he's telling you.
I'm saying that my fucking interruptions are quick and easily surmountable.
What he's trying to say.
Paul's
to you
interruptions go on. They're epics.
Okay, but
they go on for an age.
What he's trying to say.
This is supposed to be about a show about movies, and now it's about fucking the decorum of podcast hosting instead because Paul has diverted the fucking trains.
The show could be
and now it's going off the fucking tracks
the show
because of Paul's fucking ego.
You know what I mean? So there's another thing. Now that you've just admitted that I've made it about podcast decorum, there's another thing. You never serve other people. You never like hear somebody.
I'm your waiter, motherfucker.
Right, but here's the thing. Scotty, how many times do you reckon if we were to run back the tape, you tried to butt in with a quick thought while he was talking?
I don't know. Probably a few times.
Probably 15.
Yeah.
TJ. But actually, TJ. TJ never pumps the brakes for another person. So if I would be like TJ, that whole thing would have just been a blurb of two people talking over each other, and my rant would continue.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. The point I'm trying to make to you, TJ, is that I think ultimately the reason he's bringing up during the show is he thinks maybe then you'll be forced to listen to his concerns. So if you listen to what he was saying, I mean, doesn't mean you have to agree.
How does that make you feel, TJ?
Well, it's not about how you making you feel. It's about, do you respect that person enough to listen to their opinion and take into account?
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
And you seem dismissive.
I'm not dismissive.
Right. You say like basically I brought it up, and what I've gotten from you is, well, I'm just gonna keep doing it. So whatever. That's just how I am. You know me for 10 years, motherfucker. Get used to it. And I don't think that's fucking an answer. If there was something I was doing that was fucking you up, fucking you up, having you lose your train of thought 5 out of every 10 times you get the mic, right? And you said something to me about it. I do everything possible to not do that, especially if it doesn't step on what I want to say at all. Right? Now, we're not sitting in my living room. If it was a conversation and you're being TJ, I'm not, but it's like we're supposed to be making things for people to watch later. Right?
I hope so.
Ostensibly.
I hope people
We
watch
hope.
it. Yeah, I hope so.
Right? So the rules are different here than they would be if you and I were sitting in a fucking room together. I wouldn't care if you stepped on my fucking bloviations there. But here, I want everybody to hear what Scotty has to say every time. Because Scotty knows what he's talking about. I want people to hear what you have to say every time. Because you know what you're talking about. You're a compelling podcast.
Yeah, I love you ranting and raving at the audience too, TJ. But yeah, I don't think it's good to always interrupt other people. I have to say that.
It's not even the interruption. It is the interruption for no reason that fucking flips me out. Because if it's on point interruption, if it's like TJ's like, oh yeah, and to add on to that, this. But it's literally just he's back a minute and a half ago on his last comment. He can't hit pause. He can't just put his brain on pause for a second. Wait till I'm done. Wait 10, 15 seconds for me to wrap up so I get the whole thought out. He can't do that, right? He expects me to do that whenever his brain goes on a skits because some gloid in the chat said the right thing to trigger him, right?
Why you done what you done, TJ? I don't know.
And the reason I bring it up on the show is when else am I gonna fucking bring it up?
I don't know. That's true.
When am I supposed to bring it up?
ADHD is
Am I
hard.
supposed to sit here and let it happen for the rest of this show and then bring it up later and go like, wow, that kind of made the whole show suck for me because I feel like I got halfway through every thought I had. Or what? Right? That's why I brought it up on the show. That, and I was hoping the chat would steel man what I was talking about and let TJ know he does fucking pop chat up and blurt shit out in the middle of me, in the middle of you.
I'm a river unto the people, Paul. I know not what to tell you.
Okay.
They are the true stars of this podcast. We are their dancing monkeys. They deserve the spotlight. I think you will agree, sir.
I do agree. So you got your chicken strips ready?
Nope.
Oh,
damn.
why not? Hey, river under the
Paul,
people?
I am the star of the show. I
River
need
under the
not
people.
serve these miserable plebs.
Got it.
TJ is right. Paul is wrong.
TJ hasn't even made a contention.
Here's the thing about this that you guys.
He hasn't even made a contention.
Here's the thing that you guys need to understand. To me, this is nothing more than a time fill. Like, okay, little tension, little spice.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well, sure.
Filled a few minutes of airtime. People seem invested in it.
I mean,
Chat numbers have been pretty stable.
If I thought it was completely unwatchable garbage, I wouldn't have brought it up on the show, right? Everybody loves a little tension. Everybody loves a little spice, a little salt.
I mean, it happens. I mean, you have to ultimately you have to express your opinion. If you don't, I mean, it's going to come out one way or the other at some point. You know, when people have.
I mean, what am I supposed to say? Because, like, am I supposed to deny it? I don't interrupt. Of course, I fucking interrupt. I do it all the fucking time.
I don't think that'd just be lying. I don't think you should deny it.
I think
you should hear out that point of view.
Here's
Well,
what
I'm supposed to do. What do you really expect to get out of the situation?
Okay,
You're be like,
Okay,
I'll
Paul,
tell you this.
you're right. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't mean
No.
to interrupt you, buddy. Oh, I need to
No.
be a better fucking co-host to you, Paul.
I ain't gonna fucking bitch out to you.
I know. I don't expect that. I'm not asking you to do that.
What am I supposed to do? I can't deny it. I can't
bring
bitch
it
into
up.
it.
Well, he didn't
So the
say-
only thing I can do is dig my fucking heels in
Well-
and go like, nope, fuck you.
Why don't you ask him what he wants from you then? Because I mean, like you've created these other scenarios where it's like he hates you, or you have to be like, oh yes, Paul, please. I mean, if Paul's asking you to get on your knees and beg him for
I don't
forgiveness,
remember what TJ did. I fucking interrupted like I just did to Scotty.
yeah, he's an interrupting son of a bitch.
Well, that one was at least a super chat.
He constantly does it. I mean, I wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't like, if you go back over our last stream, like, it's constant, right? It's not a once in a while thing. It's a constant thing. Otherwise I wouldn't have brought it up. And to answer Scotty's question, I'm like, what would I ask TJ to do?
Yeah, what would you ask him to do?
Right. Well, I think I've tried to ask him what to do. Is like, I gave him the whole thing. I was like, here's what I do when TJ's on an epic rant or Scotty's in the middle of a thought, right? And somebody in the chat triggers me. And I showed, right? I put them up, whatever it is. And then when TJ's done and there's a lull and I've got a chance to jump in and not break up a thought, I say, oh, yeah, I do love TJ. You're right. If I didn't love TJ, I probably would have ejected many, many, many moons ago, right? I do love TJ. I love working with TJ. This ain't about that. This is like, and one of the reasons is like TJ don't even, it's hard to reach you sometimes, TJ. And I'm not even talking about like on the phone. I'm talking about just with a thought. You've reached a point, I think, and maybe it has something to say about the show and we're restructuring all of that. I won't go into all that, but we've reached a point where I feel like you're not listening half the time. And that's never been an issue, right? In the past, that's kind of new. But the form that it seems to have taken is like when you're not talking, you're not thinking about what's being talked about. And it creates moments like this, right? Where it's like, I just gave the floor to you. I had other things I wanted to add. But you had a whole, like, I don't know, we can go back and measure it, 30, 45 second, minute long rant about art and crazy people. And when you got to the end of that, I said, yeah, dude, I'd augment it a little bit and say, and I got about 10 seconds into that thought and blah, 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 you know what I mean? And if that was just a one-time thing, I'd be like, oh man, fucking shit. My brain went blank, right? The point was lost. I forgot because I was right in the middle of that tangential thought process where you're connecting in the moment, right? You know what that is, right?
Yeah, sure.
To get pulled out of that when you're trying to make a point and it goes, you think somebody's made a good point. See, that's the thing, TJ. This was like underlining what you were talking about. So it wasn't even like a counterpoint to you. It wasn't meant to be competition. It was meant to expound on something that you brought up. But you were already gone to the chat. Much to the point where you didn't even hear me talking and you put it up, right? That's the whole point, right? So that is the direct thing that I would ask from TJ. That's it. But when I bring stuff like this up, what did TJ do? Like he said, he's immediately like, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway. And I get that. He's got oppositional defiant disorder, but
oh yeah. I mean,
to a certain point,
yeah.
Yeah, well, no, we get it. But to a certain point, it's like if you're oppositional, so what do? Do I feed it back to him and make the show suck? That's one of the things that I found that make TJ actually listen to you is if he's doing something that's fucking things up or making shit hard for you, you just start doing it to him. And then he makes the connection. But to me, in my mind, that just makes shit content. Because I'm just going to be interrupting TJ all night tonight over the gauntlet while he tries to have a thought to make a point and provoke a response. Or I bring it up to him earnestly and he goes, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway, bitch. Right? Those are my two options.
No, I definitely see the dilemma. I mean, that kind of is, yeah, that is with TJ. It's either you play the TJ game or, you just
I guess
with it.
look for, I don't know. I guess look forward to some shit content tonight. Every time TJ's talking,
look forward to
seriously. I'm just saying it because it's the only thing I can do. Because if I bring it up earnestly and honestly and directly, I'm a bitch. I'm throwing it off. Paul's taking over the show. Paul making it about him, right? And I'm going to do it anyway. You should know that. So fuck you, right? Or I just do it all night tonight. So every time TJ's trying to make a thought, I'm going to read something out of the chat. We'll do it all night tonight, and we'll have an honest assessment afterwards about the quality that we've produced. And we'll talk, I guess, off the air about whether it's a good business decision for that to continue.
Or going on, yeah.
Or TJ can bitch out and capitulate and go like, yeah, maybe it's wrong for me to act like an asshole and derail everybody that isn't me, and I'll try and work on it. Those are the choices as I see them.
All right, TJ, what do you choose?
What do I choose?
Which way? Which way, white man?
Sorry.
Which way, white man?
Oh my fucking God.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here and tune into this fucking yammering for fucking 2 hours? Like, Jesus Christ.
This is what I'm talking about.
It was
So
a
yeah,
2-second fucking interruption to a point
everybody
that I
tune
was
in tonight
invested.
for the
The
interruption
fucking thing about
gauntlet.
this whole thing is I was invested in what Paul was fucking saying.
No, you
I
weren't.
just wanted, yeah, I was. I wanted to hear it.
You said yourself it was you. I'm back
But then
on what
you
I
just
was
fucking
talking
throw it in
about.
the towel.
I'm back on what I was talking about.
Second little fucking diversion of some moron in the chat that all I want to do is be like, fuck you, buddy.
That's not what you did, though.
You can't give me the space to do a quick fuck you, buddy, to some fucking retard in the chat and then get on with your point that I was invested
not what you
in
did.
and did care about.
That's not what you did. There wasn't a quick fuck you, buddy. And I think you could have said fuck you, buddy, in 20 seconds when I was done.
For 20 minutes, it's still going on. Yeah. It won't stop.
No, it won't. Because like it's the only way to get to you. It's the only way to get you to take me seriously when I have something that you're fucking me up, right? And I bring it up, you get all defensive and shit. So this is the only way I can do it. Is to get you to say, yes, Paul, that would fuck me up if you did that to me constantly. I will try to stop. But I can't get you to do that because you have oppositional defiant disorder like a toddler. So now I'm going to have to rub your poopy in your nose until you learn not to make a poopy.
Wait a minute, Paul.
It's the only way I can come at you.
Hold up. I think Skate and Create's got a good point. Happens often,
Okay.
TJ. I don't think you realize how many times you do this, lol. You know what? Now that Skate and Create has said it, I think maybe he's on to something.
Oh my God.
Skate and
Oh
Create.
my fucking God, dude.
You know what? All right.
You're such a fucking troll. TJ.
I'll make a fucking effort for you, Skate and Create. For you and you alone. I'll try to interrupt less. But only because Skate and Create told me to.
There you go. Whatever you got to do.
I'm sure you really
Whatever you got to do to butter your bread, bro.
It's fuck you, Scotty. I love Skate and Create, bitch.
Motherfucker, what if I take the shot outside?
Yeah, let's take it outside.
All right, let's take it.
Ow, you go outside first, though, bitch. Ow.
Beat him.
So you're turning into a cat lady? How the fuck am I turning into a cat lady? What?
A cat lady?
What the hell
Are
is
you
happening?
cat
Okay, let
lady?
me explain to you what's happening. I said a fucking rant about how artists don't need to be sane.
Yeah.
Paul started his own rant about how he feels like there's like no art worth a shit anymore being made, or at least very little. It's like Oasis is in a fucking desert of fucking.
No, that wasn't what it was, but I didn't get to that is the
Well,
point.
that's how it started.
Right.
So that was the first.
No, that actually isn't how it started. If you roll back the tape, it started with, I feel we live in an artless society.
Well, I mean, I
wasn't
guess
talking-
I view that as the same thing. So
Right. That's all you heard. I actually said a lot more, but you tuned out at that point to look at the chat. So that's what you heard was, there ain't no such thing as art anymore. Everything that's being made sucks, which is not what I was saying. But
well,
go
maybe
ahead.
maybe if you'd actually continued with the point, I'd fucking have known what you said.
Right.
You
But
did.
maybe if you hadn't interrupted and were listening to me, you'd know what I said too, right?
I mean, I guess, but you could have gone right back to it.
You guess, you know. Don't minimize. You know.
I don't know because
Yes,
you
if
easily
you
got
were
back onto that
listening-
point after I fucking did what I did.
if you were listening to me and hadn't interrupted, you would know what I was talking about. Yes or no?
I don't think so because I don't think you got far enough into
Got it. No, that's the point. That's the point. Hold up. I don't think so because you didn't get far enough into it. It's the point, fuckface. If you hadn't interrupted me,
you could have got back on track right afterwards.
You know what I was talking about. Yes or no?
I'm saying that you fucking bear responsibility for me not knowing what you're talking about because you did not get back on the track. Even though
I bear responsibility for you not knowing what I'm talking about because you fucking interrupted me.
I even said I was sorry for interrupting.
Okay, now I'm starting to get actually non-kayfabe pissed off.
TJ, I think the point
it's like talking to are you fucking like, I gotta know this, TJ. Mm-hmm. Is there a mental disorder at play here that I don't know about? Because I feel like I'm talking to a wall in a weird, non-human way.
All right, let's just fucking break this down logically.
Break it.
You started to make a point.
Yes.
I interrupted. Yeah. I apologize for my interruption.
Sure.
I told you please continue with your point and was willing to settle down.
It fucked me up. It had ripped me out of my fucking logical stream of thought. I couldn't find a way to get back into it without starting over. I was pissed at you. All of those things are in between me just getting started again. Right?
Okay.
Giggle about it, but am I right or am I wrong?
I'm not going to take responsibility for your emotional state.
I'm not asking you to take responsibility for my emotional state. I'm asking you to take responsibility. I'm asking you to take responsibility for constant interruption and to try and stop it so that other people on the podcast don't have to contend with your attention span constantly. Can you find a way to lack attention that doesn't involve blurting shit out in the middle of other people's fucking thoughts? Because maybe I'm maybe this is part of my weird emotional state, but I have this crazy thing when I'm in the middle of a conscious stream of thought and somebody makes a fart noise in the middle of it and rants and raves, it kind of can be hard to pick up where I left off, TJ. I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this world. That sounds like an odd emotional state that Paul's contending with. You fuck. I'm contending with you being a bad podcast host that interrupts people constantly with apropos of nothing bullshit.
TJ, you can't apologize without admitting wrongdoing and trying to do better. You were wrong. I'm not fucking wrong about shit. You're
100% wrong. I don't care about that. I don't need wrongdoing from you.
I think the issue here isn't even, I mean, it's what's being said, but it's also the lack of fucking respect. I think that's the biggest issue. Is you're
dude, if I wanted TJ's respect, I would have walked out the door a long fucking time ago. I don't care if he respects me. Respect the content. Respect the people watching it.
No, I'd argue that it matters, but that's showing you respect still.
He hates that. But no, I wouldn't want to Dane TJ to have to get on his knees and claim respect for me. So I don't want that from him. Respect the fucking content that puts dollar bills in your fucking wallet every month to not shit it. That's what I'm asking for.
Wait a minute. Respect content with the dollar bills in my pocket every month?
Yeah.
As you sabotage this gauntlet with interpersonal fucking drama fucking bullshit.
If that's
way more of a saboteur maneuver than me fucking doing a momentary interruption. Okay? So, don't give me that. Give me a fucking break, bro. And we fucking,
give me a break. Let me get a thought out. That's all I'm asking.
I've allowed you to yammer and take over this whole fucking show.
Oh my God.
Literally, the fucking last 30 minutes of this thing has just been Paul going.
Okay, doke.
DFF
well, fine.
I don't know. You tell me.
You want? Well, no, fucking DFF ain't over. Retarded. I'm just sick of TJ's stupid fucking bullshit. I'm sick of you never taking accountability for fucking things up, never being just like, oh, sorry, I won't do that anymore. Like, that's all I want. And not for me, for the content, so that we can stay on topic, so that we can make content, so that I can be an engaged listener when you're talking and talk about what you're talking about. That's all I want, right? I'm not asking for the moon, the stars, and the sun. That's it, right? You don't got to say you're sorry. You don't got to scrape and bow in front of my nuts. You let me take over the show or whatever. But I can't get even that out of you. I get fuck you. I'm going to keep doing it. I get nanny boo boo. I'm still doing it. And then when I finally tell you what I'm going to do because you're not listening, I wasn't listening anyway. So what am I supposed to? So what are you asking me to do? And then you have the fucking audacity to go like, "What's up with your emotional state, bro? Fucking troll."
Well, because you fucking brought up your emotional state. You were like, I was mad at you and this and that.
Yes, I get mad when people step on me, and so does Scotty. Scotty, have you never gotten mad when TJ or I interrupted you mid-thought?
Of course.
Well, hold on, Scotty.
Of course, dude. Of course I got
And so have you, TJ.
Oh,
You've
yeah,
had this exact fucking reaction before. You've just never actually expressed it. You've never actually expressed it in a way that wasn't passive aggressive. So my sin is directly confronting you on it and asking you to please, for my benefit and the benefit of the show, stop interrupting me every 5 fucking seconds with retarded ADHD sides. That's
Well, we got more great movie talk coming at you.
Hey, dude, we
in the
have
upcoming Gauntlet,
and
which we'll be joining you with shortly.
25% off too.
Oh yeah,
all
Scotty,
movies,
do the
all
fucking
movies,
pitch.
all fucking movies, guys. Hopefully, TJ and Paul don't strangle each other.
I'm not even mad,
Hopefully,
bro.
they can come together and sing
Oh,
Kumbaya.
yeah. TJ's not even mad, bro. TJ's just
Feel my
fucking
heart rate.
whatever, bro. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, Scotty.
TJ's chill as fuck. TJ's chill as fuck.
It's racing, dude.
Oh, shit.
It's racing.
Racing a mile. The
Maybe
fucking
I'm
minute.
mad and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, you're mad. I don't know how it's gonna be a fucking movie, goddamn Megashow.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
I
It'll be what it
know.
is.
I know.
It won't be.
We have movies all the time.
I mean, Scotty, wait a minute. Don't act like this doesn't add a little je ne sais quoi.
It does. We have been talking about injecting a little je ne sais quoi.
Movies. I understand. I understand.
Wouldn't it be hilarious, right? If we did this huge gauntlet about movies and we all prepped for it, right? And then we have a 6-hour business meeting about podcast decorum.
I mean, maybe that'll happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
You never
This
know.
discussion is clearly not done. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
25% off. Go
25% off. Do you want to see the movies?
Hey,
do you want to
buy
see the
some merch,
potential
too.
drama? Who knows?
All merch 25% off. Pessimist.co. Go to pessimist.co. Pessimist.co.
Okay.
Yeah, see if Paul and TJ break up for good.
Will they break up?
Only on the Patreon.
Do it. Do it.
Or
now.
the membership. Onion Nuggets
Oh, yeah,
member.
YouTube membership too.
YouTube memberships.
Membership.
Pay for a TJ and Paul boxing match. Both of our backs are too bad, and we're too.
Oh, that'd be a short. Come on.
Well, I think that we could survive one of those inflatable sumo fat suit wrestling matches, though.
Maybe we'll try to arrange that for our meetup, which, by the way, is November 1st. Tickets were supposed to be on sale today. It's not my fault they're not. The venue hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, it's really not
days ago.
I do think that's the only way this will be settled, TJ.
I think you guys gonna be in a sumo.
We gotta go knuckles up, man. We gotta get in the fat suit and fucking belly to belly, bro.
Okay.
The only way that my male ego and your male ego are gonna be properly satisfied.
All right, man. Well, will it be movies? Will it be drama? Will it be a little bit of both? Find out on the Patreon/YouTube member movie/podcast decorum/ TJ and Paul interpersonal conflict gauntlet coming your way very soon.
Check it out right now. Coming to you live, baby, live.